Jackson. It is oh so complicated. Good morning, everybody. Welcome into Undisputed. I'm Jen Hale. Hello, Skip Bayless and Shannon Sharp. How are we today?
I had to come back to beat you down in studio.
Really?
Yep.
You know, speaking of coming back, your man LeBron had better hurry back before your Lakers decide we don't need LeBron to hurry back.
Whatever.
Right?
Yeah,
I mean, they're starting to look like they're it without LeBron.
Starting to look like what?
Like some opposite of stir fry, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Rob Pelinka, GM of the year, man.
Man, stop.
Come on, start.
Yeah, that's okay. Hey, they're doing what they should do so we can have something to come back to.
That is correct.
I love it, guys. We will get to LeBron and the association in just a minute, but we got to start with this situation right now unfolding in Baltimore. Yesterday, the Ravens used the non-exclusive franchise tag on Lamar Jackson. Okay, so this means Lamar's salary is $32 million compared to the exclusive tag, which would pay $45 million. It also, and perhaps more importantly, means other teams can now negotiate with Lamar on a contract. If Lamar were to sign one of those offer sheets, the Ravens would then have 5 days to match the offer and keep Lamar. Should the Ravens decide, nah, we're not going to match that offer, the team that signs Lamar would then send 2 first-rounders to the Ravens in compensation for Lamar Jackson. Shannon, what is your biggest takeaway from this situation?
Well, Skip, I think everything went according to plan. You had 2.5 years to get a long-term deal with Lamar Jackson done. And so we thought coming up to the 13th hour that that deal was going to get done. And it's being reported, and I don't know how true it is, Skip, it's being reported that they're $100 million apart. $100 million apart on a couple of $100 million deal? That's a big gap. That's not 5 or 10 million. That's $100 million. So what you know, and Lamar says, well, this is what they offered. ESPN is standing by what they reported, that Lamar Jackson wanted more than Deshaun Watson, and he wanted it guaranteed. So I don't really know where to go with that, Skip, but this is what we do know. We do know that if a long-term deal was not reached, Lamar Jackson was not going to see the free agent market without that tag designation. So therefore, he's not free. If you want to know what Lamar Jackson, and Skip, I get it. There are several teams that show they're disinterested in Lamar Jackson. Those 5 teams are also disinterested in winning. Carolina, Atlanta.
Bingo. I agree.
So that's where I'm going to go with that one, Skip.
Thank you.
But if you want to know what Lamar Jackson, if somebody's really interested, tell the Ravens to take that tag off him and see. It's not the same as Derek Carr. Derek Carr is what we call a true free agent. He had no designation. I don't have to give up any compensation if I sign him. So in other words, Skip, you're going to have to give Lamar Jackson roughly, I think he wants somewhere around $200 million guaranteed. And you're going to have to give up this year's first-round pick and next year's first-round pick. When you sign Derek Carr, you have to give up no compensation. So this not an apples-to-apples situation. So I'm not surprised that this is the course that the Baltimore Ravens took. Also, Skip, look, we got to. So what are we picking and choosing? We pick and choose what we believe when teams leak certain things. Well, we're not interested. Well, I don't know if that's true or not. Well, this is true. It's got to be true because the team said it. We've seen teams said we have no interest in said player, sign said player. Yeah. We have we're not going to release this player. He's been so good to us. And what did they do? Release said player. So I'm not taking anything at face value. Teams don't normally reveal their hands unless you're the Dallas Cowboys. Jerry Jones is going to tell you exactly what he's thinking, what he's doing, and then he'll turn around and go out and absolutely do it. The contract, I still believe, Skip, he wants roughly what Deshaun Watson got, maybe more. Because he says, I'm more accomplished than Deshaun Watson. I agree. And the problem that the Ravens had, Deshaun Watson, the original contract that he signed with the Houston Texans, was a very good contract. Skip, 4 years, $160 million. That's doable. But when you let Cleveland come in and they added an extra $80+ million to that contract, now you're in trouble. All these guys, and Skip, what I find it hard to believe, and maybe you do too, is that when a receiver signs a contract and he sets the market, and then somebody signed, and then somebody signed, and it keeps going up a little. Maybe it's only 100,000. Why are they at the quarterback market? It seems like they're trying to suppress this quarterback market because nobody has approached the Deshaun Watson deal since Deshaun Watson did that deal. And there have been a lot of quarterbacks that came after that hadn't come close to that deal.
True.
But every other position, you see the money that Joey Bosa got. First it was Von Miller, and then it was Khalil Mack, and then it was Bosa, and then it was T.J. Watt, and then it was and the market just kept going. Receiver markets keep going. Why is it with the quarterback market, it started here and now it's going, coop. You think that's an accident?
Because they all thought Jimmy Haslam lost his mind.
Yeah.
And blew the whole market, the top off the market, and they said, we're going to get it back.
Right.
I mean, could you accuse the league of colluding?
Oh, you see what you say? You see what you said? We go get it back.
Yeah.
We ain't got to send no memos.
Yeah.
We ain't got to send no email, because email get you caught up, Skip. You know how many times email done got somebody caught up in something, Skip?
Yeah.
We ain't got to do none of that. You know, hey. Skip, at the end of the day, look, Lamar Jackson's going to do what Lamar Jackson's going to do. But I just believe, Skip, he'd be better served if he had an agent, because when they start talking bad to you, they start saying bad things about you.
Yeah.
I mean, how's it going to look if you up there, you dog cussing Ozzie and Eric DeCosta? Let your agent do that. You just sit back in the weeds and, hey, yeah, man, you know, it's tough negotiation, but they really like you, Lamar. They really like you. I believe we're going to get the deal done, as opposed to you hearing the first hand, well, you ain't that good. We don't believe long-term you can stay healthy. And so this deal might look good for 1 or 2 years for us, for you, but then 3, 4, 5, it's going to be horrible because you're going to be nicked because of your style of play. Skip, you don't want to hear that. You don't. So I'm not surprised by anything that transpired yesterday. I'm not transpired by any of these losing organizations saying we're not interested in a winning quarterback. That's why you're in the position that you're in.
Okay. I hear everything you just said. I love everything you just said. You once played for this franchise.
I did.
And for years and years and years, I have considered this franchise, even though it's not a cornerstone NFL franchise, as one of the classiest and smartest franchises in football until now. I'm not even a Ravens fan, and I am more offended by the day and how they're treating this still very young quarterback. Lamar Jackson is all of 26 years of age. He has now played 5 seasons in this league. He actually, in his 3rd season, won the MVP, the most valuable player of the National Football League, by leading it in touchdown passes. And this is the way he is being treated. They are shaming him worse and worse and worse.
Right.
They're not saying completely no to him, but they're not saying yes either.
Exactly.
They're playing it somewhere in the middle. And this may be like the worst cliche I've ever reached for, but there's the old cliche about you can't be a little bit pregnant.
Yes.
It's like Baltimore wants to be just a little bit pregnant, but they don't want to be a lot pregnant.
No,
but you're still pregnant.
Yes.
Do you want him
Yeah.
or not?
It's that simple.
Do you want to go all in or not? Because you can't play it right down the middle and say, no, yes, no, yes, no, because they're basically just saying no to Lamar Jackson. And trust me, wherever he sits right now, he is not happy.
Oh, absolutely not.
Because they just shamed him by sticking with the non-exclusive tag. And it was smart on their part, I guess, because they just said, do we want to pay him 45 with exclusive or 32? They just paid him $32 million on the day it was announced that Daniel Jones of the New York Football Giants, Danny Dimes, as he's sometimes sarcastically called, got his money. At least by his standards, he got his money. They gave him 4 years, $160 million. That's $40 million a year. It's not Aaron Rodgers money. It's not Deshaun money, but it's pretty good for Daniel Jones. For Daniel Jones, because we were all going into last year ready to write him off. And God bless that.
They were also.
They were too. And God bless that young man. He got a new head coach and a sort of a new offensive mind and a big brother figure. And all of a sudden, he maxed out. What you got last year was the best you're ever going to get from Danny Dimes. Is it enough to go win a Super Bowl? I doubt it.
So
am I impressed with his his improvement, yes, I am.
Yes.
But is he that guy? No, he's not that guy. Is Lamar Jackson that guy? You better believe he is, because I saw it with my own 2 eyes. I couldn't see it at Louisville. I'll be the first to say I couldn't see that.
Right.
Because nobody could see that except maybe Ozzie Newsome. I don't know who.
So you said, how much is that now? 32 million? Mm-hmm. Geno Smith made 35 a year.
35 a year. Okay, so Geno, and again, I keep saying about Seattle. Do they really believe Geno can take them to the Super Bowl? They do not. He is stopgap at best, and he's another one who I thought was a bust.
Yeah.
And he maxed out last year. He can't play better than he played last year.
I don't know he played better than what he played last year.
Okay, and they slipped into the back door of the playoffs, and then they got their doors blown off because that you're just going to get to go that far. And Pete Carroll said yesterday, we're still open. We're still in the quarterback market. We may still want to draft one of those young quarterbacks if one falls to blah blah blah, because
they're not taking no quarterback at 3.
Okay.
You just gave a guy $105 million with like 52 in the first year.
Yeah.
Skip, you're not drafting no quarterback in the 3rd spot. You think
I'm not sure. I'm not sure about that.
CJ Stroud,
I don't think they're committed long term to
Oh,
Geno.
no.
But the point is, here is poor Lamar Jackson. For 25 months, as you point out, he has been in a contractual tug of war with the franchise for which he feels like he has lived and died.
Right.
And yes, he's proud. Yes, he's tough-minded. Yes, he's, because this is gamer baller that you're talking about
absolutely.
Here. And he felt so wronged by his franchise because he said, I gave you all I had. Mm-hmm. I won an MVP. I can't defend the playoff. He's 1-3 in the postseason, but I can sure defend the regular season because he's 45-16.
Skip, but there have been a lot of guys that's gotten money that's in the playoffs.
I got it.
Kyler Murray got paid. He ain't won no playoff game.
None, 0. 45-16. It's way better than Kyler Murray has been in Arizona.
Yes.
45-16. And by the way, without him, when he hasn't played, they've gone 3-9 because that's what's going to happen without him. He is clearly the leader. He is the playmaker. And I'm saying, how can't you see fit to go forward with him? Well, clearly, they don't trust his
long-term
health. That's all. It's just about long-term health. Is he a conventional quarterback? Is he prototypical? Nope, not quite. But listen, you can't win MVP if you can't throw the football. And he led the league in touchdown passes.
Yeah,
somehow he did that. Right? That's
probably
concrete.
when you should have sold him up.
You should have.
Right after his 3rd year, he wins the MVP, Skip.
You should have.
Now you do a long-term deal, and we're not approaching $50 million. And we don't know anything about a $225 million guaranteed contract.
Okay.
But because you procrastinated, and you waited, Did you not just look at Jerry Jones and the situation?